the last bit of the journey, yet there's still so many people there to pay their respects.
Like 10 people deep.
Yeah.
It's
incredible, really.
Yeah. But as we've been saying, Queen Elizabeth, every aspect of what you're seeing, she approved. And it's amazing how, even though she is not here,
Bye-bye, Queen.
You can see one of the flowers is right here on the hearse. But this
amazing
is what
imagery coming out of Britain right now, coming out of England. Love it or hate it, this is the Queen. This is the monarchy of which we all stem from. Right? It goes all the way back to time immortal, or actually 1,000 years. Right? So amazing imagery coming out of the British monarchy right now. Today is the final day of the Queen's death above ground. After 10 days of carting her around from here to there and to somewhere else, they're going to finally bury her today. Prince Charles will officiate the final burial by placing 4 types of dirt on the area of the coffin, and pretty much officiating the fact that she's dead and he's the king and such, and her reign is over. But I mean, spectacular imagery, coming out. There was imagery yesterday of here's the procession of you see King Charles here, King William, Prince William, Harry. This is Andrew, who took a lot of shit with the Epstein stuff. If you notice, there's a lot of talk right now in American press about think about this for a second, Mr. and Mrs. America. If you notice that all of the monarchy is wearing uniforms, right? Even the daughter, what's his name? Princess Anne, right? There's the king in military uniform. There's his successor, Prince William, in uniform. But you look at Harry over here, and you look at Andrew. They're both in civilian stuff, right? Civilian wear. Why? Because both of these jackasses got entangled with the fucking stupid Americans. Andrew was flying around on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein, and this guy married a black racist, Meghan Markle. Right? So look no further for the reasons why they are stripped of their military uniforms, and the crown has done that to appease or whatever, to reduce the controversy surrounding these guys. But there's still monarchy. But you do see the that's Harry married to Markle. That's William, and there's the king, right? And they're all in different costumes. They're not in military. 2 of them are not in military, and I just gave you the reason. Or is it a bloodline, like we see this fascinating bloodline of British monarchy, British rule? Which one works better? Right? Is that the point? Which one makes people happier? What is the measure of better? To me, monarchy is clearly a symbolic, situation that says we are Britain. Right? This is what it is to be British. In Thailand, it's the same thing. The king represents what it means to be Thai. We don't have that in this country. We have a transient series of elections of people that we may or may not have chose. And in the final analysis, some people never, in America, some people will never adhere to the current reign of power. For example, Trump loses. No one will. The people who supported Trump wholeheartedly will never support Biden. They'll wait till he either dies or gets unelected. But in Britain, we have a different situation. And I think it's a better situation where it is, politics aside, opinion aside, we are one. And that's what it, to me, that's what it represents. So my name is Marcus Conte. This is my thumbnail. There's nothing else to talk about today but the power and majesty of this incredible funeral procession, unlike anything else in the world, where it's the entire country mourning the queen bee. Right? The queen, the queen ant has died, of which we all stem from, whether through blood or through devotion. And it's military, it's political, it's everybody comes together from all parts of the world. This is a military procession, is what it is. Right? And you think of, oh well, the queen doesn't have any power. Right? I'm also going to crack the mystery. Marcus Conte is going to crack the great mystery of, is Jill Biden, the President Joe Biden's wife, actually the queen consort? I think she is. I think that, and this is not a conspiracy theory. I base it on the evidence of the photos, that Jill with a J, I can't say J because I have no teeth, Jill Biden, and the queen consort, not Diana, who crashed her car and killed herself, but King Charles's choice of wife, are the same people. Jill Biden is the queen consort, and vice versa, and it's really King Charles and Joe Biden who share a wife. And I'll talk about that in a second. But before we do that, my name is Marcus Conte. I got a website, and here we are with every video every day. God damn it. Every single day we have a video. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, man, you don't need notification. All you need to do is show up at 9 a.m. and boom, we're live. I don't know. When are you going live? I missed it. Nobody notified me. Well, you don't need notification. You just come down on at 9 a.m. And if we're not on YouTube, just come to my website, marcusconte.com, and you'll survive for an hour or two not on YouTube. We'll be on D Live over here. So that's how that works. So yeah, amazing pageantry coming out of Britain right now. And let's look at this conspiracy, right? So Jill, let's do it. Here is the queen consort, right? Now this is not a theory. This is pretty factual, right? We're going to do some factual fact checking right here, right? This is factual fact checking. Now that is the queen consort. She is not the mother of the kids. Diana was. She's the woman who Prince Charles found after Diana's death. So this is technically his second wife, and that's Prince George and Princess Charlotte. That is William's wife, I believe. Right. So there she is. Right. That's her. And here's Jill. This is Jill Biden, and isn't it Jill Biden? It's her. Hey, Jill. See, she doubles as King Charles's wife. That's not fucking. That's Jill Biden, man. I'm telling you. See, Jill's in the car. Right, it's her. And there she is. Right, she's mourning with the prince, and there she is in the White House. She's hanging out with the king. I'll do it. I'll be the king consort, queen consort. And there she is at the White House. It's fucking fascinating, man. It's amazing, right? It's like a bloodline, right? It's fucking bloodline. So anyway, Marcus Conte reporting. What else we got? So yeah, I'm just watching these images. Right. This is their job. They train their whole lives to hoof the coffin, to pageantry, devotion to country and flag. Right? Nobody's outside screaming racial slurs. No one's outside screaming "fuck the queen." Screw you. Right? She's dead, and everyone comes together like the death of a mother. I don't like her. She wasn't my queen. It's non-existent. Right? Powerful thread that holds the nation together. I know. I think Weesty is here. Weesty is our correspondent in England. I know that, and I'm sure you're feeling it as well. Right? But there's the crown. Oh my God, there's the crown. I tried to figure out or research how much the crown, that crown sitting on top of the Queen's coffin, right? The crown jewel. Well, there's more jewels, but that crown right there is the price, the value. What is it valued at? Well, it's priceless, but people have speculated that it would be about 5 to 7 billion pounds. I don't know, like $10 billion, roughly $10 billion in that crown. $10 billion for one fucking hat. One of the Queen's hats were $10 billion. Right? So you wonder why there's so much security around the Queen's coffin. And there's the reason. Everything is diamonds. And that right there it is. Right? There's the fucking $10 billion crown. It's got a gem from Africa, a giant, one of the biggest rubies in the world, one of the biggest diamonds in the world are on the crown. And there's a lot of speculation that some of them were stolen. For example, one of the diamonds was heisted from India. I don't know how much the flowers are worth, but I don't know. Some people are bored by this. I feel for you. If this isn't interesting, you know, well, tomorrow we'll be talking about something else. But right now, you know, the human inquiry here is just goddamn fascinating. And the fact that we find out that Charles and Joe Biden share a fucking wife, man. This is crazy, man. That shit is crazy. Right? Here they are. Here's Jill Biden pretending to be Jill and not the Queen consort. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden arrived Monday to pay their final respects to the UK monarch. Let's hear it, Joe. So here's Joe and King Charles's wife, who's also Jill Biden, getting out of the American presidential fucking tank. And there's Jill. There's Joe. Don't trip, Joe. Joe, watch your step. Don't trip and make us all look like jackasses, you jackass. So dignitary welcome. Joe Biden, President of the United States, arriving at the funeral of the Queen. Shaking the hands of they give him his fucking, you know, they feed him his I don't know what. They feed him his Ensure, right? They give Joe Biden Ensure in the morning, and then they jack him up with like some kind of shot to get him up. 79, he's dying. Is he dying? And there it is, man. Inescapable. Joe Biden shows up with the Queen consort, man. It's like, oh, you heard it first, man. Marcus Conte reporting. I think they're the same person. They really do. It's crazy. This is from yesterday. Where's today? Yeah, this is live right now.
Combines.
I believe this is yesterday. What's the live? This is the live feed right here. The live feed. Oh yeah,
Archbishop of Canterbury Welby's sermon, essentially saying that death is the great equalizer, no matter how much you do.
They're in transit right now. This is the live feed of the Queen moving towards her final resting place. She's already walked through the goddamn city 25 times. People have had hours to walk in and see the Queen, and now she goes to Westminster, where she's finally laid to rest already. And Charles, the reigning queen, the reigning monarch, king, will take over. Right? So Biden, who cares about you, Biden? We only care about your wife because she's part of it. Live funeral. We already saw that. What else? Prince Charles and. Oh yeah, this is interesting. This is a little interesting history for us on the other side of the pond who don't really understand the intricacies of the monarchy and how power transfers from one to the other. So these two young kids, right, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, they are both the offspring of William, who is the next in line for the kingship. And I had reported that George, because George was, I don't know who was born first, but it looks like actually Princess Charlotte. I'm not really sure. I think Prince George will become the king. I'm not really sure. If anybody can correct me on that, I'm not really sure how it works. But I think that, well, here they are anyway. One of these two, this is William. He's going to become king, no doubt about it. And here's the offspring. This is George and Charlotte. And upon his death, one of these two cats will become queen. Right? And there you go, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. So kids, right? They're celebrating these kids. Prince George and Princess Charlotte walked behind Queen Elizabeth II's casket at their great-grandmother's funeral. Prince William, see, the new kings are already alive, kings and queens. Great-grandma's getting stuffed into the ground while we one day will become king or queen. Prince William and Kate Middleton's eldest two children look somber arriving. Okay. Future King 9 wore a navy blue tie. So New York Post is reporting that the boy, is going to be the new king. And the sister 7 will be the nothing. But Charlotte's kid, the rules changed where the girl's kid will become queen. Right? If she has a daughter, somehow the bloodline switches to her. Right? Upon William and the other children. I don't know why this kid isn't there. They said he was too young. Why is he too young, man? Put on your pants and get to the funeral, man. Get in front of the cameras, man. We want to know who you are, dude. So it looks like William has 2 males and a female, and all of which are in line for the throne. If this kid dies, she's the queen. If this kid dies and has no kid, then she's the queen. If this guy dies and has a daughter, the daughter will be the queen, or something like that. I don't fucking know, man. But whatever, man. Whatever. What difference does it make? It's a bloodline, man. If you don't like it, you're racist, man. Because you're racist against British fucking people and the way they operate. Right? Let them be. Let them be. And let's click to the markets. Marcus Conte reporting. Markets are getting absolutely destroyed right now. Makes me sick to look at it. So today we're going to find out if the Federal Reserve is going to bump up the interest rate to 0.75, aka 75 basis points on the short-term interest rate, which is all down. Everything red right now before the open. Tesla hanging around 303 a share. Walmart 133, and that's about it, right? So down. I don't know. Are we going to crash through the bottom of the market? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that we're holding steady at these levels. I don't think it's going to. I think it came down to challenge a bottom per se, but I don't think it's going to crash. I generally don't think it's going to crash lower than this green line right here. This is the Dow Jones. Maybe we'll find some support right around here at Dow. What is it? Dow, I don't know, 29, 30, like that, right around Dow 30. And maybe we'll get the bounce back up. But I don't know, Wall Street's of the notion, why are we going to buy? Why buy when everything is pointing to down? The Fed is no longer propping up the market. The $700 billion that Joe Biden allegedly signed into law to fight inflation, the Inflation Reduction Act, has had absolutely zero influence on bringing inflation down. So there you go, man. Shit is crazy. Market's going down, and the Queen is going down, and we're live. We're live. The street, went on the auction block at Sotheby's. Imagine that. Ding, ding, ding. And now the crown, the Queen's crown, who we've stolen, we've acquired through war. This is 50 years in the future when America knocks off Britain and they steal the crown. We took the crown to save it, to prevent it from being destroyed. Meanwhile, we own it. And you're at Sotheby's one day and the crown goes, jack the price up. It's a good investment, man. Really, really. I mean, I would, if I had the money, I would buy that fucking thing, man. I would get right on it, man. So we got two different feeds. Everybody's Fox and CBS. Mad Cow Mark says it'd be $700 billion will fill his and his family's pockets down the track. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it takes $700 billion to bail out a country, but for $5 billion you can own the crown of Britain, worn by the Queen. I'm telling you, man. I'm not. I just can't. I can't. Could anybody dispute that this is not the same person? That Jill Biden and the consort are the same person, man. So I'm gonna kill it here, man. I don't have much more to add today. A very short program. One more story. We could talk about this. Biden declares the COVID pandemic over. Joe Biden, doctor. Well, his wife is a doctor. Joe Biden, quote, "We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot." I am reading verbatim the words of the President of the United States. Kindly don't censor me. Kindly don't kill the stream because we're speaking, because I'm reporting on what the motherfucker said. Quote, Joe Biden. I'm quoting Joe Biden. "We still have a problem with COVID." Joe Biden has a problem with COVID. Maybe we should censor him. Joe, what fucking problem do you have with COVID? You have a problem with COVID? Cancel him. COVID is sacred. We're still doing a lot of work on it. But the pandemic is over. If you notice, no one's wearing masks. Well, I have noticed that. So sort of. Everybody looks in pretty good shape. And so I think it's changing. And I think this is a perfect example of it. See? Nobody's wearing masks. Well, they're not. You're not forcing them to wear a mask, right? A little while ago, if you roll the tape back, your administration were forcing people to wear masks because the belief was that is going to decrease the spread, right? And now, if COVID is still around, why are people not wearing masks and there's no spread? I don't know. I'm just speculating on a possibility that maybe the medical profession was right initially. Which we were by saying that the masks are effective in controlled situations and ineffective when someone that doesn't know what they're doing takes it, puts it on their face, and sticks it in their pocket 5 seconds later. So Joe Biden declares the pandemic is over. It's over. Da 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 da. Market is open. Let's take a quick look, and then I'll let you guys go. So NASDAQ opened down 88, Dow down another 225 to Dow 30,500, S&P down 30. Continuing to slide down. There it is. Right? Are we going to bounce off of the moving day average? I don't know, man. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. Marcus Conte reporting. Thank you, Maggie O is here. Zoot Cooter. Mad Cow Mark in the house. Steven UK, 67 UK. I believe that's Weesty. What's up, man? What's up, Weesty? I always thought you were a woman. Now I see you're a man. You got a man's name. Or is that sexist for me to call you a man? I meditate each time this buffers, says Maggie O. Yeah. Right, that's the Buddha speaking, man, right? And Vinny DiMartini, motherfucker, in the house. Vinny's somewhere. I don't know where Vinny is. Johnny Half, what's up, guys, man? Champs, and everybody else who's here. Sneef Matip is here. And thank you very much for joining me. Vinny in the house. So thanks, everybody, for watching. And I don't know what tomorrow, maybe we'll talk briefly about the king going into the ground. I'm going to continue to watch because I find it fascinating. And then I don't know what else, man. You know, that's the joy of not having an agenda. My name is Marcus Conte. I want to put this on the record. I'm a guy who is desperately and actively, not desperately, but actively working towards no agenda. I think I'm going to change the name of the show to instead of Marcus in the Morning, maybe Marcus in the Middle. Right? We're in the middle. How can you survive an election if you're in the middle? Will I get ignored, or will people praise the idea that I am in the middle? Fuck you, Conti. Support our candidate. If you don't, you're for the other. Right? That's where we are in America, mind you, right? There's no controversy who the next king is in England, right? We know the next monarch, the next majesty. But in the U.S., Trump wants to be, and Biden wants to be again. And it is a bloodline, because if Joe Biden dies, in his last breath, Kamala Harris looks over him and takes power. She sucks the power right out of him, right? So anyway, man. So I don't know. I just think that Marcus in the middle. I like to. I don't have. I really generally don't have a political agenda. I don't have a favorite. I teeter from left to right. Their candidates to see who is in power, who is doing what they said they could and would do, and not saying, "Oh, I don't have enough power." Oh yeah, we're going to fix the climate. We're going to move everybody to battery operated vehicles. But I can't do it because I don't have enough power. Vote for me again, and then I'll have enough power. Donald Trump was going to fix the electoral system. He was going to lock everybody up who misled the American people, if they even did during previous elections that you're not allowed to talk about, because if you do, you're somehow a conspiracy theorist and all these things, right? But Trump never got around to it, right? So we inherit Trump's karma of prosecution. Trump, exits stage left, and meanwhile, everybody who even talks about some of the things that he uncovered gets canceled. Right? And that's a hard thing to swallow. I don't know if people realize that. I think people that watch mainstream media or watch independent, guys like me spin the news, don't realize the gravity of censorship. That if some people are allowed to speak about certain topics and some people are not. And I think if you're an observer, you just observe. Like people say, "Hey, Conti, where'd you go? Would you take a vacation? Would you quit?" No, I didn't quit. I got silenced. I got summonedly removed from this platform. I didn't go away completely. I just, went somewhere else. But I think people, the gravity of censorship is felt when you do something like this. That's why I'm uniquely qualified to talk about what that feels like. In the early 90s, it was censorship of rock and roll, that if you said any one of the 7 bad words that George Carlin talked about, shit, fuck, pussy, dick, cunt, whatever they were, you weren't allowed to say these words. But now we desensitized from that. And we've evolved to not being allowed to speak about our own choice of what we inject into our body, or the other thing, which is what happened in 2020 in the election, or prior to that, right? So are we in a better place now when we tried to protect the kids from the dirty words in rock and roll and accuse people like fucking Black Sabbath as being Satanists? Or are we better off now where we anybody who wants to see freer and fairer and more open elections in our nation is considered an insurgent and a possible domestic terrorist? Now you can't make that shit up, man, because that's the reality of what's happening.